Congratulations, it's time to sign your first coaching contract. Now pay attention to the expectations of the role. Failing to meet the university's expectations will land you on the hot seat and potentially looking for a new job when the coaching carousel rolls around. Let's quickly walk through recruiting in EA Sports College Football 26. Our recruiting system follows a three-stage approach. Stage 1, add a player to your recruiting board. Once they're there, you can select actions to gain intel on what they value when it comes to committing to a school. These actions also help to get on a recruit's radar and can move you into their top schools. Once you're in a recruit's top 5, Stage 2 commences, allowing you to pitch to a player the things your school does well that they value. If you're having trouble finding interest that match, try to use the sway mechanic to get a recruit to change their mind. Finally, when a recruit is ready, Stage 3 is all about you closing on the recruit. It's at this point you can host a recruit on campus, allowing you to focus on specific school strengths in an effort to get a verbal commitment from the recruit before signing day. They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. As we'll see, the Groupers taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Red Raiders ready to get this thing started and open the season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Groupers offense will go on the attack first. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need him.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
No, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. Now, a running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Goes to the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric, trying to help Tech on this 3rd down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Groupers will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So Texas Tech's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example. Then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Let's talk for just a second about Texas Tech. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously, some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Red Raiders want to crank the tempo. Back to pass, it's Morton. Makes the grab.
I love the job by the receiver there on the crow route against zone coverage because he finds the soft spot, but he also does a nice job coming back to the football, and it's not easy. When your quarterback's got a cannon like this guy does, and he's throwing a bullet at you, there's a lot of guys that would be hesitant and they would want to wait for the ball. Not this guy. He went and attacked it and secured the catch.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
If you want to test the physicality of a defense, get the toss play going. Get the outside run game working because those DBs are going to have to find ways to fight off blocks, and you're going to find out just how badly these little guys want to put their face in the fan.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. This time it's complete. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders! They're on the board first here in the season opener. Now you know why you do all of those squats, all of those deadlifts, extra time in the weight room.
No doubt. Get that lower body strength so you can just shed people off of you. What a great job smelling the end zone and getting in.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. He'll keep it himself. We'll give him a couple on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against a different defense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The option look. He'll pitch it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on third down. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off. What a play by this defense. Still on his feet. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Man, I love night games because you have all day to get excited, get jacked up, and you can tell QB might have been a little too excited. Forcing the ball into coverage on the first pass attempt, creating the interception. Now this defense has set this offense up in a great position to get some early momentum.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This field position better than you could ever hope for. First and goal from the 8. And the Red Raiders with an absolute gift to start this drive with goal to go. Dropping back, it's Morton. Looking for the goal line. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Red Raider! A great catch and run for 6.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Going right to work up top. Quickly complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Quarterback making checks. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Off play action. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab, he's got a first down. It's a running room. Touchdown, Red Raider. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the
First play of the drive comes from the 38. Back to throw, it's Morton. Got it in the middle, it's Carter. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Grab near the marker. It's Eakin. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got a cannon.
Fires to the middle. Got him downfield.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Red Raiders will have it 1st and 10. The offense changing the play. To the air on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Well, this thing's turning into a route, and it's turning into a route quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a man. It's Morton. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it on the left. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield on 1st down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, guess who? They're taking a shot to the guy that's just been torching this defense in the entire first half. He's already got over 100 yards, so why not try to add to it and force this defense to prove that they can cover him? They did do a nice job right there, but that's not the last time this guy's going to see the ball thrown his way.
Back to pass, it's Morton. He'll take another shot here. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Lubbock. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Jones AT&T Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the groupers will kick it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive.
1st and 10.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Red Raiders have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Makes a grab on the shot. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air, it's Morton. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying play action. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. Splits the uprights. Good. Well, that's just piling on. Not They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Wants to throw on first down. They go to the wide receiver screen. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Red Raiders trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Catch in the middle, it's Carter. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Texas Tech.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Morton. Fires to the tight end. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever.
They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze. Where do I need...